Hello and welcome to this new video. In this video, we want to fix some unwanted behaviors concerning lobby sessions. For example, if a player is a client of a lobby but he still has a session created. What happens if another player joins his session? Another example: what happens if the host has clients and he joins a session of another player? In short, you will have an undesirable behavior such that the player will be a member of two sessions but he cannot travel and leave the first session, so he returns to his startup level and remains a member of the sessions. Assuming that player 1 hosts a session and has player 2 as a client. But client 2 has already created his own session. See what will happen if player 3 joins player 2's session. There you go, he managed to join it, but he can't travel to player 2's lobby because player 2 is a client of player 1. And there you go, he's back to the default map. He can still listen to player 2's voice chat because he's a member of his session. To avoid all kinds of these behaviors, the solution is simple. It is enough to limit the join of a player to a single session. And in case he has a session, his session must be destroyed before proceeding to join a session of another player. The modification to be made will therefore be in the master player controller when the join session function is called either by session search or by a join via presence. So look for the master player controller and open it. Here, when the join session event is called, we must first check the number of sessions that the player is in. To get this info, OSS provides a node named getNumberOSS sessions which returns the number of sessions that the local player is in. The implementation therefore consists of proceeding directly to the join process if this number is 0. If the number is greater than 0. We must know if it is a host that requests to join the session or it is a client. Use the node switch has authority which can tell us if it is a host or a client. Authority means it's a server, and remote means it's a client. Note that a standalone player is considered a server. If it is a server, then we must first destroy its current session, so kicking all members also if this server has clients. To make sure that the destroy process is finished before calling join session, we must assign the event dispatcher on session destroyed of the master game mode. To do this, call the interface function, get master game mode reference, then assign the event. Make sure to assign it before calling destroy session function. Once the session is destroyed, we can then proceed to the join process. If it is a client who asks to join another session, we can then call the leave session event of its player controller, which is used to destroy his current session. In the master player controller, add an event dispatcher and name it on leave session complete. We can call this event once the leave session process is complete. Now assign this event if it is a client requesting to join another session, then call the leave session function. When this event fires, we can proceed to the join process. I'm doing something stupid here. The session name must be the name of the current session and not that of the session to join. I want to fix that later. We now want to handle the case if the player has successfully joined a session, but the travel has failed. In this case, we do not want to leave him a member of the session. So we want to destroy the session that he has just joined. Don't forget to update the current session in the game instance when the destroy finishes. add a new event dispatcher and name it on Join Session Complete. This event should be called when the join process completes successfully. There is one thing left to change. In fact, if it is server that asks to join another session, the game mode will call the macro destroy session, which only destroys the session if it is in ended state. In fact, to destroy a lobby session by the host, we are not obliged to respect the life cycle of a session. My implementation of the macro is for the need of tutorial and to show you the life cycle of a session. We therefore want to proceed to the destroy session directly without checking its state before. When the client leaves the session, we must pass the correct session name. Therefore, the current session name of his game instance. With this client-side implementation, we will not get the result we expect. Because during a leave session, the client is returned to his lobby, so the code will be interrupted and the game mode and player controller will be reinitialized due to open level node. I am sorry for that, but I do it on purpose to draw your attention to this important point when you are going to use nodes that do open level. What we want to do instead is to directly call the node destroy OSS session and update the current session in the game instance. Normally everything is good. We can launch a test to check. Create a lobby session for each player. Now each player can see his session in pending state and the other two sessions. Try to join player 1's session from player 2. Try to refresh the sessions. You will see that player 2's session was destroyed before starting the join process. From player 2, try to join player 3's session. And voila! Player 2 unjoins player 1's session and then joins player 3's session. Try to join player 3's session from player 1. Refresh the sessions. We will see that player's 1 session has been destroyed. Let now player 1 leaving the session of player 3. Create a session for player 1. Let now player 3 who has one client to join the player's 1 session. His lobby clients were kicked out before joining, and his session was destroyed. Let player 2 join the player's 1 session, then start a match. A client can always leave the host's match. The server also can leave the match and kick all players before. And there you have it, our lobby system is complete. This is the last video about lobby sessions. I don't know if I missed something, let me know in the comments in that case.